Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to my YouTube channel Let's Learn with AR. Since it's afternoon here, if you are watching this video at afternoon time, so good afternoon to you as well. Otherwise, good morning, good evening, whatever time you are watching this video. Today's topic is about an essay which was written by Thomas Paine, and that is Common Sense. One of the best essays of Thomas Paine. And Thomas Paine, who was born on 29 January 1737 in England. Thomas Paine was an England-born political philosopher and writer who supported revolutionary causes in America and Europe. Published in 1776 to international acclaim, Common Sense was the first pamphlet to advocate American independence. And in 1768, Thomas Paine began work as an excise officer on the Sussex coast. In 1772, he wrote his first pamphlet, an argument tracing the work grievances of his fellow excise officers. Thomas Paine printed 4,000 copies and distributed them to the members of the British Parliament. In 1774, Thomas Paine met Benjamin Franklin, who is believed to have persuaded Thomas Paine to emigrate to America, providing Thomas Paine with a letter of introduction. 3 months later, Thomas Paine was on a ship to America, nearly dying from a bout of scurvy. So, if we talk about the political career of Thomas Paine, starting in April 1777, Thomas Paine worked for 2 years as secretary to the Congressional Committee for Foreign Affairs and then became the clerk for the Pennsylvania Assembly at the end of 1779. And in March 1780, the Assembly passed an Ambition Act that freed 6,000 enslaved people, to which Thomas Paine wrote the preamble. And if we talk a summary of the essay, Common Sense. So Common Sense is a political pamphlet written by Thomas Paine in 1776. It is considered one of the most influential pamphlets in American history, and played a key role in convincing colonists to support the cause of independence, because these colonies were in the hand of Britishers. They were ruling them. And if we talk about the introduction of the essay, so Thomas Paine begins the pamphlet by discussing between society and government, arguing that while society is necessary for human happiness, the government is often oppressive and tyrannical. And Thomas Paine's famous pamphlet Common Sense was published on 10 January 1776. The pamphlet proved so influential that John Adams reportedly declared, he said that without the pen of the author of Common Sense, means he is talking about Thomas Paine, without the pen of the author of Common Sense, the sword of Washington would have been raised in vain. So he goes on to argue that it is time for the American colonies to declare their independence from Great Britain, and that it is their duty to do so in order to secure their freedom and happiness. Meanwhile, the first thing that he discussed, that was the origins of government. Now, what is the origins of government in that essay? Thomas Paine discusses the origins of government, arguing that it is necessary evil that is created in order to protect society from the tyranny of individuals. However, he argues that governments often become tyrannical themselves, and that the American colonies have no reason to remain loyal to a government that does not represent their interests. The second point he discussed about, that was the case for independence. So the case for independence was like, Thomas Paine presents a number of arguments in favor of independence. including the idea that it is the natural right of all people to govern themselves, and that the American colonies have suffered under British rule for too long. He also argues that the American colonies are economically strong enough to support themselves without British help. And the third point which he mentioned, that was criticism of monarchy, or criticisms of monarchy. Thomas Paine criticized the concept of monarchy, and he argues that it is an outdated and oppressive form of government that is based on the idea that some people are born to rule while others are born to be ruled. He argues that all people are equal, and that a republic in which power is held by the people is a far superior form of government. The last point he discussed, that was the path forward. Thomas Paine concludes the pamphlet by urging the American colonies to declare their independence from Great Britain and to form a new government, and that government should be based on the principles of democracy and freedom. Thomas Paine argues that the future of the colonies depends on their willingness to take bold and decisive action in order to secure their independence. Overall, common sense is a passionate and persuasive argument for American independence that helped to rally support for the cause of independence among the colonists. Thomas Paine's arguments in favor of democracy, freedom, and self-government continue to influence political thought and discourse to this day. And if we deal with the themes of the common sense, so the important themes can be government as a necessary evil, and the second theme, that is state of nature, and the third is the inevitability of American independence, the inevitability of British oppression, America's relationship with the rest of Europe, and the last theme, that is the problems with monarchy. So this was all about today's. I hope this video has been helpful for you. If you have really liked this video, I request you, suggest you to share, comment, and do subscribe to the channel if this video has sparked your interest. If you have any question regarding this topic or any topic, or you want to suggest anything, you can freely ask in comment section. See you in the next video. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.